Today, a nationally recognized expert testified that Derek Chauvin's use of force against George Floyd was both deadly and unreasonable.
Seth Stoughton is a professor at the University of South Carolina School of Law. He testified that no reasonable officer would have used the neck restraint and the prone restraint against George Floyd. Stoughton was one of 3 witnesses for the prosecution today. We expect the defense to take over tomorrow. Esme Murphy joins us now from outside the courthouse. Hi, Esme.
Hi there, Amelia. Well, there was also a top cardiology expert that testified for the prosecution. The defense filed a motion to actually have those jurors questioned about what they knew about that Brooklyn Center incident and the death of Daunte Wright. The judge had a ruling on that. But the highlight of the day, perhaps, in a very poignant way, was the testimony of Philonise Floyd, George Floyd's brother. George Floyd's brother, Philonise, offered emotional testimony as he introduced family photos, including this baby picture of George with his mother.
That's my oldest brother, George. I miss both of them.
There was a basketball photo from a Florida community college and one with his daughter, Gianna. Philonise says his brother was devastated by their mother's death.
George just sat there at the casket over and over again. He would just say, "Mama, Mama," over and over again.
There was more expert testimony, including from Chicago cardiologist Dr. Jonathan Rich.
Do you have an opinion as to whether George Floyd would have lived if not for Mr. Chauvin's subdual and restraint of him for 9 minutes and 29 seconds?
Yes, I believe he would have lived. I believe that Mr. George Floyd's death was absolutely preventable.
The morning began with a motion by the defense in the aftermath of the fatal police shooting of Daunte Wright in Brooklyn Center.
I am requesting, again, sequestration of the jury in view of the incidents of last night.
Derek Chauvin's defense attorney said all of the jurors should also be questioned about the incident.
The problem is that the emotional response that case creates sets the stage for a jury to say, I'm not going to vote not guilty because I'm concerned about the outcome.
But the judge rejected both requests, saying jurors could misinterpret any actions he took.
Oh, I heard about the civil unrest and now the judge is putting us into sequestration. There must be a greater threat to our security.
Now, just within the past half hour, we heard a timeline of what is going to happen in this trial from the judge. He said that the defense will begin their case tomorrow and that this case should probably go to the jury next Monday. They're probably going to take Friday off. He does not want closing arguments on Friday, and he does not want the jurors who will be sequestered deliberating over the weekend. So it looks like this trial will go to the jury early next week.
Yeah, he told them to pack their bags, right, Esme?
That's right.
All right. Thank you.